Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We are live, not from the garbage, dirty town of East Carbon, Utah. We're not there still. Thank God. Thank God we're still not there. Today is hump day. I have not forgot about the aspect of swearing. And we're not swearing. We're going to do very well tonight. And we're going to do very well tonight. Without the swearing, Gio probably will not show up. We'll just see. Let's see who's all in the house here. Let's see. Randall's here. Randall's busy. It's all right. He's always busy, by the way. Mr. Osgood, thank you, sir, for showing up. Randall, on time. The first time in history, maybe the third time. I'm not sure. Jody's here. Thank you, Jody, sweetheart. Appreciate that you got off work today and are here today with no frustrations. It's our famous mod in the world. She's #1 mod here, but there's a few of them that are modded across the country. We like them too sometimes. Who else is here? Randall, let me go back down here now, damn it. Let me see. Not swearing. See, not swearing. Just give me a little bit. Botrix, good to see you, sir. Way late compared to everybody else. Botrix showed up way flipping late. What's the matter with you? Thank you, sir, for showing up. Much appreciated. We have a great show tonight. We got some backstage passes. We are. Let me get this bear out of the way. Come here. I got notes. I got a clipboard. Look, I've had this clipboard for my kid for a long time. My kid wrote that on it. Just me and my dad. Very, very cute. And when I see the clipboard, I went, let me use that clipboard. Let me get this kid out of the way. Get this kid out of the way. She's been waiting. Randall had an issue earlier with, everything that was going on there. He complained about his sign. And so I went, all right, I'll move your sign. I'll get rid of that clock. Because he said, the clock doesn't even work. Don't you know what time it is? I thought the same thing to him. Don't you know what time it is, sir? When you're 30 minutes late or 11:35 yesterday. But he made a comment about my clock. And I went, all right, we'll get rid of the clock since it don't work anyway. And he must be going by that clock. So I put the rap sign there instead. I thought that was a lot better for me today. Let me check my hat. I want to make sure my hat's on. Is it the lights are going off on this one too now? Brock is my special guest tonight. We are now talking about interactive television and the future of now the dinosaur media that is going away and reality-based people are the future. I am the future. Okay? So I got my shirt out. I wore it last night. I'm not going to wear it tonight. You get a refresher there. Dixie, good to see you, dear. Dixie's. I was messaging Dixie, and I thought it was Margate. I didn't know Sometimes I mix up things. It's okay to be mixed up unless you're doing a television show, such as this. So we will now bring, since not, oh, is Let's here? Good to see you. Let's OTVO is here. Let's OTVO is here. Sweet Justice. Let's OTVO. Margate says, am I in trouble? Not yet. I caught the very end of that Long Island audit thing. I seen everybody in there, though. And thank you for Margate coming on the other night, but and talking about that. And Let's was right. You were right. I am right. We are right. That's all I have to say is we are right. And they are wrong. And we're going to prove it every day by what we do. But I want to bring Brock on. I had to make notes. Brock is the executive producer of FITNA, which is Freedom Interactive Television Network Association. He is the guy that I've known Brock for a couple years. Quite a few years. I first met him in the garbage city of East Carbon, Utah, where we found out together they were all a bunch of flipping criminals. You notice I didn't swear there. See? If Real Jingy comes in here, you let him know that I have not swore today. But we're going to invite Brock here. We're going to talk about our project, how we know each other, who we are on this project, and how we're going to make it so. So let's get Brock. We'll give him the link to click on, and then we will. Boy, do I look handsome today. I look really handsome today, I think. Oh, that's why. You know why? Because it's not hot out. It's not hot. It rained today. It was nice and cool. The sun is going down. It was like 80 something. It was just magical. Magical. What's the matter? Hugh says he's I has worn off swearing. Let's see. So if Brock could click on that link, we'll get you backstage. We'll get you on the show today, and we'll talk about how I know you and how I know everyone here. It plays. Here's Dixie. Couple comments. Dixie goes, yes, you do. Cooking supper, listening. What's the matter? Let's OTVO. You got it, sir. Welcome to North Korea. Is in the house. You have rights. We love you, sir. This guy was working out, and what a good guy. You have rights is. Welcome to North Korea. Backstage camper edition. Okay, this is serious business now. We gotta. Everybody stay focused here, please. We're not trying to do jokey day. I gotta stay in the we gotta stay in the zone here. Okay, Mr. Brock has entered backstage. We won't keep him. Well, so this is how we're gonna do it. Everybody, welcome Brock to the show, and we will have Brock here to talk about our now project. Welcome, Brock Devignon, everyone. Hello, sir. Give me a 5x5. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me see if I get the something here.
You're okay. Uh-oh.
I'm on street.
Yep, we see you, sir. Welcome, Brock. Oh, you're bouncing all over the place. That's not good. That's not good. You got to come back in, buddy. I don't know. You're can't hear you. Can't hear you. I can't hear you, sir. I cannot hear you. Okay, let's try it again. You got to come back in. Can't hear you. Can't hear you, bro. Let's try it again. Brock, you're muted. Nobody can hear you. Nobody can hear you. Can't hear you. Oh my God. That's this guy. Can't hear you. Unmute. Unmute. Hello? Oh man. Let me call his wife. I don't know why he muted himself. I don't know what he's doing here. That's not a good sign, sir, by the way. That's not a good sign, by the way. Holy shit. I told you, sir. Nobody can hear you, Brock.
Hello, this is Melinda Phil.
You muted yourself. Margate. Margate. Look, there's no jokes until the end of the Margate. That's a good joke, by the way. Margate. You can't. Holy shit. That actually was very funny. You got to come back in. Hello. Oh, man, that was funny. He was talking. He's an old guy now. Hold on. Some of these old guys, they're not, you know. Some of these old flipping guys. Holy shit, Margate. You son of a bitch. Jeez Louise, bro. Okay, you muted yourself. You were talking. Nobody could hear you. Okay, all right. Okay, okay. Let's try it again. Quit hitting buttons then, or whatever. However it works. All right. No, I could. I heard just come back in and don't unless no look, I'm not really sure what to tell you. If you're gonna have a microphone problem, we're gonna have. Yeah, Margate's making funny and Simone. So Margate sent me a chat. That was funny. Okay, are you? I mean, there can only be round 2, and then I'm just going to tell jokes for the rest of the day. If I mean, because I'm not going to do that. So this is, yeah, come on in, brother. I mean, I might have to get ice. I gave you the link is in the chat, sir. Okay. Oh, you're entering now. Okay. Don't hit any other buttons now, though, or whatever. I don't know how this shit works either. Hey, look, look, Brock. Michael motherfucking Jarrett entered the studio. I think I might have to talk to him then. In case here now, Brock. Hey, look. Otherwise, come in like everybody else is coming in. Just make sure you're mic'd up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I know. Okay, I got you, brother. But this is funny, not really for me. You see. I gotta add. Yeah, you better go figure something out here, sir. I gotta get going. I'll let you go. Holy fucking shit! Hey, Michael motherfucking Jarrett, ladies and gentlemen, is here finally. Holy shit! What a shit show. How are you, sir?
Oh, same old, man. We sitting down here in South Carolina.
South Carolina. Here, let me turn this off for a second. I can hear you. Internet sensation, Michael Jarrett, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. What a splash you have now given us.
Yeah, you've been on me for a couple of days. I figured I got a little bit of time, so
that video is going to last forever, sir. I much appreciate it. That was very
I
great
hope
fun.
So, man. I hope it makes change. I mean, it is what it is.
Now, tell us, Mr. Jarrett, about your situation, who you are there in Texas, how you got involved in this, and why you have made such a splash.
I'm just a truck driver. Every day, we work real hard, and we were home for 4th of July, and he pulled over the wrong person. Yeah.
Apparently so. Has he reached out and gave you an apology yet?
I don't know. I probably won't get one. They're hiding under the rug, waiting for the chief to come back. He's on vacation.
Oh, he's suddenly on vacation.
Suddenly on vacation. Did a podcast yesterday, and that was brought up that they wanted them to be part of the broadcast. Can you hear me? There ain't no background noise, because I noticed the podcast went a little sideways yesterday. I had some background noise.
Nope, sounds good. Nope, sounds real good. Nope.
So, other than that, man, I'm just sitting here watching your show, just chilling, getting ready to take a break, go to bed, and get up early in the morning.
How long have you been truck driving, Michael?
Got my CDL when I was 21. I'm 51 now, but I worked in the oil field for 27 years. So I don't know. I mean, off and on, 30 years.
And how many interactions have you had with police over 25 years, almost 30 years?
A lot. This one's a little bit different, right? I don't treat all officers that way. I probably get 2 or 3 inspections a year. I get stopped a lot. This is the second time in my life I've been stopped for abortion tags and no other violation. So as soon as he said, I don't have tags on the back,
that was his unlucky day to pull you over for a tag.
3802. The first time this happened to me, it was in Seagraves, Texas. It went the same way, pretty much, and I won that one. So here we go again. So
did you file a lawsuit?
I was going to file. I got an attorney. We wrote a letter, and they settled.
How about the first one? Did you file a lawsuit on them?
That was the one I was talking about, the first one. But this one,
okay.
We're gonna write our letter, and hopefully, whenever we got 2 years, so whenever he gets ready to send it, he'll send it. I'm hoping that it'll be in the next week or two, and we'll know more then. I guess it's,
I didn't know that the 2 plates thing or 1 plate thing in regard to truck driving was is that a standard now then, the 1 plate on the front?
Pretty much. So it's called an IRP plate, and it's an international registration plate. So taxes are different in each state, and then you've got your registrations in your business in different states. So it wouldn't matter if it was Texas that the truck was registered in, or Indiana, or New Mexico, or even California. As liberal as you can get, it's only 1 plate. So I think there's only 1 state that has 2, from my understanding, and I think they're fixing to go back to 1.
So this idiot was actually the biggest rookie to not know that, actually. Then.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, if you look at his TICO, you pull him up on TICO, he was basically a security guard at the jail while he was doing his training, right? So whenever he finished his training, he went to work for the sheriff's department for Smith County. And then all of a sudden, after, doing that, he was off the radar for 3 years. So he had little under a year or little over a year. I can't remember right off the top of my head. Don't hold me to it. I don't want to be, I want it to be factual. I don't want it to be inflammatory.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's almost a 3 year gap in there. And then he went to work for Marshall for 13 months. And at the same time, if you look at the way the TICO's set up, he was working for Van and Marshall at the same time before he finally, no longer was employed in Marshall, Texas. And, they just got hit this year with 2 federal lawsuits. 2. It's kind of funny.
Van PD did.
No, Marshall, Texas did.
Oh.
So Marshall, Texas had 2 federal lawsuits filed due to police misconduct. And not this year. It was last year. And soon later, he was with Van. So the timeline's a little blurry. I'm tired, but I dug into them a little bit. I got some open records requests out. I got a few that I'm probably going to have to get to the AG or TICO or whatever I'll probably have to contest them to get the paperwork. My wife's
everybody has been talking about you since that video dropped. So we are very thankful that you exposed rookie cops that don't know their job, let alone dirty cops that constantly pull somebody over for bullshit ass tickets.
Well, okay, so we have 9 police officers, for a little town of 2,700. So that's what, 1 for every 300. So
right.
It ain't no big deal. We have 2 trucks or 3 truck stops now, excuse me. So I don't see a lot of crime, other than petty stuff, but Just because we
if
got
it had
2
been
or 3 rotten apples doesn't mean they're all bad.
if it had been in another state and it was a rookie, would you have been a little nicer, sir? The only question why is he pulled you over in your own town.
No, I mean, it just depends on the stop, right? So, but in my little community, I took it personal because I'm just tired of it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Oh no, you want to go? You want to go to the back? Okay. So I've been watching the show before this incident too. You know, I mean, we've been visiting on Facebook for a while now.
Right on. No, thank you very much. That was, I mean, we are friends here. You'll always be a friend. We love cussing the right people out. that's
Yeah.
you know, I try not to, I'm a comedian by, just in my own personality. Some people don't think I'm funny, but I'd rather be funny than cuss out anyone. But if it comes to dirty cops, then all bets are off.
I knew my rights, so I knew that I can. Words are protected, as long as you don't make threatening, you know what I mean, or obscene. So like, I can't say that I was going to go have intercourse with whoever, you know what I mean. So as long as I kept the conversation in that little window, I was safe.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. And in fact, CJ posted on Facebook today the words you can't say and the words you can say. And that was very, very good. People need to go look at CJ Grissom's Facebook page as an attorney. And these, just like you said, if it's too spicy in nature, that now is a word problem.
Yeah.
Where you can actually get in trouble for using in a sexual connotation of some kind. That's, I guess I'll say it that way.
You don't want to use fighting words, threatening in manner, or whatever, but
exactly.
I will never be nice to a dumbass, and that's just the way it is.
There's no truer words right there. You can't be nice to a dumbass.
Can't be nice to a dumbass because they don't learn. So if I would have bowed down to them and complied and been yes sir, no sir, how far would it have gone before he would have woke up and realized that, hey, last thing I would do is I don't want him rummaging through my sleeper on my big truck because, I've got everything in here, groceries and, whatnot. This isn't your average semi truck. This is a 156-inch sleeper truck. It's a full apartment.
Wow.
Bedroom, dining room, or dining and bedroom area, full oven. So, it's got an oven, a range top, a sink, a full shower, toilet. It's like a mobile, it's like an RV, but it's a semi. It's a commercial vehicle. So that's the last thing I want to do is rummaging through all my crap, finding, whatever they want to. Oh no, you got high blood pressure pills in here, and you got one too many in the bottle. You know what I mean? So we don't want to play that game.
And knowing your rights, whether some believe that they still don't think we even have rights, but that proves it right there that we do have rights. Because if you could cuss out the guy that really pissed you off and pulled you over, and he goes the hell away, we still have some of our rights.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize how close I probably was to dying that day when you think about it. I thought it was just going to be a pissing match, and I didn't realize that his hands were shaking and he just couldn't function. He was starting to like teeter, I guess he ain't never seen somebody like me or dealt with somebody like me. But you know what? I'll be home here in about another week, and I'll be looking for him. We're going to have a discussion out in front of that Loves about how working people, especially residents, are sick and tired of being the cash cow for the Van PD.
And that's wonderful. I personally thank you. I'm glad you came in, saved a little bit of my early stream. I got Brock backstage, but thank you.
Go ahead.
I'll have you on the show again. Thanks very much, Mike. I appreciate it.
You be good.
Have a great night.
Later.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Okay, let's thank you, Michael, for coming in today. Uh, I'm on the phone. I shouldn't be doing that, but let's see if we got Brock on the line this time. If not, I'm telling jokes, and everybody can go fly a kite. I mean, I don't know what else to say here. Let's see. Gio's here. Hello, Brock. Are you here? Are you? I could put the link in again or something. Maybe I could put the link in again. I don't know why. Not really sure why he's struggling when you. And that's why being on your phone doesn't really work. You got to come on a computer. So we now have You Have Rights is here. Welcome, You Have Rights, my brother. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, now I'm on your show, so I don't get a fucking fuck around with anything I give a fuck about. You just have to tell me what you want to talk to me about.
Rights, you can say whatever you want on my show, sir.
Well, no, but you asked me the questions now. This is that interview that you always want to do.
Oh, that's right. I did want to interview you. You're right. I'm going to have to get some ice cubes in my drink. Would that be okay? Let me get some ice cubes.
Hello, everybody. I totally appreciate everybody that's showed me grace and support and kind words and this and that over these years. Thank you all.
Okay,
I love you, even though I'm not in a good spot right now.
Now I'm freshened up here a little bit. I'm freshened up. If I want to talk about television and the television people are struggling with wherever they're doing, that's not a good sign for me, by the way. So that didn't work very well with his connection for some reason. I'm not really sure. Anyway, let's go back to Mr. Wrights. Now you're sideways. Boy, are we all getting sideways today? I mean, I swear.
I was just gonna try out to see if my camera would change to wider, like yours. You're on wide view. I'm on vertical shit.
Gotcha. Does everybody? Oh, wait a minute. Now it keeps saying he's backstage again. But that's okay. We'll bring. Let me get this interview out. So tell me what you're going through, sir, and how you got here and how we met.
Well, we met by just being on YouTube advocating and come across your channel as a good guy, recognize you as somebody that advocates for rights, not against rights. So basically, you're somebody that was able to be, respected and honored and
you do. Supportive of
friendly.
What you do as well. Yeah. They're saying your name isn't on the display for some reason. Maybe
I don't know how to.
That's okay. He is welcome to North Korea, everyone. Welcome to North Korea, everyone. So, and he's formerly known as You Have Rights, You Have No Rights.
No, You Have Rights, Cops Have Duties.
All right. Yeah, You Have Rights, Cops Have Duties. That's right. I just always said You Have Rights. And so, are you in the United States, sir?
Nobody's in the United States. The United States is a corporation. If you want to say the area of landmass that's supposed to be the fictional United States, then yes.
Then yes. Okay. So the aspect of lines. Sometimes for this early stream caught me off a little bit. I'm trying to do catch up. I wish I had to had the magical touch to bring everybody right here, and it worked perfectly. But that's not my job tonight. So
It's like if you live in Utah, but you go on a vacation to Cancun. Do you live in Cancun?
maybe for the time being.
No, you live in Utah.
You live in Utah. And this guy knows about Utah. He knew exactly what East Carbon is. And
East Carbon County.
He knows the whole area. We talked about it for, I don't know, several early streams on, and which was very shocking to me. But yet, he believes in our plight against the government, the overreach, and so that's why he is respected in the community as well. And he doesn't rub anybody wrong. Well,
I don't know about that. I think I rub everybody wrong.
You've never rubbed me wrong, and but you've never rubbed me right either, though. There is that. So, at least there's that joke. I got something out tonight.
We need his name pinned. Yeah, I know that. You have a thing of options underneath your screen, and I think you go over like maybe 3 of them somewhere in there. There's a couple things that look like thinking blimps or whatever the fuck they call those.
Okay. Hide the comment. Show hide. Let's see. At least Tommy's trying to help. See, Dixie writes, "Any rub is good. Any rub is good," she said. So all right. Well, I can listen to Tommy. Randall's not very helpful nowadays.
Should I get down and then let you interview that other guy?
No. Well, he's not even here. He tried to come in, and then I don't know what is happening with his correction. Hey, it does say you have rights on your coming into the stream, by the way.
Yeah, it does. Under my picture, that's not on the thing. It says you have rights, but the thing about it is you need to put the name tags. You'll get it after a while. It takes me a long time to figure it out too. So,
well, let's see if Brock can come in this time. I don't know. It said his StreamYard's dropped off. I'm not really sure.
I don't really want to just tell you about my plight or whatever. I would really like to have some specific questions.
No, let's do that story, sir. Not today, because of he's trying to come back in, I believe, and he was ready today, and then Michael Jarrett shows up. You showed up. Margate was giving me hell yesterday.
Yeah, Michael Jarrett is really cool. I seen him handle that cop that was, they're actively stalking that guy from what I could tell. The cop did a little phone call to his like little partner or whatever, and the partner was saying something about they know where he lives. They how they think that they know that he has a house in like Illinois and one in fucking Texas or some shit like this. And they basically are not even basically, they for 100% are stalking that Michael Jarrett dude. 100%.
That is a belief. I understand that. Yep.
Well, it's not even a belief. The things that those cops were saying, they were like, yeah, I seen him leave his house the other day. Blah, blah, blah. They know where he lives. They know what truck he drives. They're talking about how, I believe that's his only truck. That's the truck he drives and stuff like that. They were talking like that. It's a violation of his right to pursue happiness. He can't even fart. He can't even fart without them knowing. Basically, they are stalking him.
And what was very interesting and I guess after those comments, when he said, "Oh, he's just one of those YouTube troublemakers," and then he said, "Oh," he realized that he was on camera and listening, And he said, "Oh, we'll talk about it later." So this is the proof that dirty cops go out of the boundaries and to hide what they actually say.
They will act like they're not watching your YouTube video when they're talking to you, but then when they're talking to each other, they're talking all sorts about watching YouTubes and this and that.
Let's all wave to him right now. Hello, nice to see you. Hello. All right, youth. All right. Thank you. Welcome to North Korea. We're going to try to get Brock on the show. Hey, send me an email so we can talk and prepare a show for just for you, sir.
Yeah, the email thing is starting to go downhill because with the inceptions of these data centers, they're trying to make everybody think that they need these data storages. So they're trying to tell everybody that their emails and their YouTube storages and all these different storages are running out of space, and that they're going to have to buy they want me to buy a subscription to Google so that I can buy some more space on my email address. And I flat out ain't going to do it. If you pay for that extra storage on your email address, you have to continue paying for the rest of your life. Otherwise, they can just fucking get rid of your storage at all.
How can I get a hold of you? How can I get a
I
hold of you?
don't know. I don't know. I mean, I do know, but at the same time, like, fuck.
Well, email me one time, eastcarbonexposed@gmail.com. And so we can talk, and I'll give you my number. Let's chat. You know, that's all I can do, brother.
Oh, I know. Yep.
Hey,
it's funny.
Thanks for
it's
coming
funny.
in.
Okay.
Let me try
Have
to
a good one.
Yep. Thanks for coming in, brother. I appreciate it. All right, we will see if Brock can now come in. Holy flippin' shit, dude.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Brock, welcome to the show. You are very, very late. I don't know how many minutes late you are, but you're 40 minutes late.
1, 2, 3.
Holy shit. I have no idea, sir. This is, I'm all set up here. I don't know if you're on your computer. I can't hear you. You're spinning. Ay.
Yes, I have a black screen.
You know, maybe no camera. We don't need the camera or something. Just voice. Take the camera away. I'm way better on camera anyway, for God's sake.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. You're going to make me swear. It's hump day, and I'm not supposed to swear on Wednesdays. Real Jingy, you're fired. Oh, my Lord. Is he spinning? You guys. Oh, my God. You know, this is going private. It doesn't matter now. Who gives a shit? You got to go, sir. Your connection sucks. Goodbye. See ya. Oh, my God. Now I'm swearing no matter what day it is. I'm going to swear. I'm going to edit all of this out. These. Randall, you're not. Oh. Come here, little dog. Come here, little dog. Yeah. The only thing that's gonna make me happy is seeing you right now. Trust me. I mean, the only thing that's gonna happen make me seeing you right now. Jeez. I'm sure she wants a. Oh boy. All right. Look, I apparently I'm going to stick to YouTube because you know. I, this is more ironic than you think because two of my friends, I have three friends that try to come in. Two of them are not television people. They came on with no problems, and then yet, I mean, look, I have to make fun of that because it's fucking funny. You know what I mean? If it's not fucking funny, what is it? Well, it's fucking. Why be frustrated about it? I might as well make fun of the shit. Jesus moly, holy shit. Hello, pay attention. Wow. I don't know what to say about that. Somebody tell a joke besides Randall, who made me laugh a second ago because fucking Randall, jeez, man. Randall, you're flipping fire, by the way. You are fired. You're so flipping fired, sir, for that comment. You're flipping fired for that comment, Randall. Which was, I mean, look, man, I can't keep bringing you in. I mean, it's just going to piss me off, dude. Honestly, it's just going to fucking piss me off. And I'm not in the mood to be like fucking pissed off anymore about this. So there you go. Randall says, and you want to be a latex salesman. Holy shit, that was fucking funny. That was funny. All right. Hello. I mean, hey, Brock, are you here? Hello? Hello?
11th time's charm. StreamYard kept telling me the error. They have an error, but it's not my fault. But I just was persistent because your Courage with Cameras First Amendment Auditors TV series is important, and so is your My Individual and Civil Rights channel on nationwide television is important. So I'm here. I don't see my smiling face and a black face, but can you hear me?
Thank you once again. I mean,
I can hear you. Are you talking?
You can't hear me? You can't hear me. Everyone else can hear me, but your signal, sir, wherever you're at, does not work. It just doesn't work. Your signal, it don't work. So I can't have you on the show if your signal don't work, bro. I mean, I just. Hold on. Don't swear. Don't swear. You fucking guys. Fucking guys. Shit. Gee, all right, let's at least say who the hell's here laughing today. Fucking shit. Oh, man. Oh, man. do a Windows 95 update. Look. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna prolong. It makes zero sense. It just it makes zero sense. They keep talking to somebody. It makes no sense. What does make sense is ice. I'll be right back. Holy shit. Please, wait. Wow. That's good. That's good comedy, though. I blame the religious leaders. That's who I blame. All those religious criminals that say they're for this and they're for that, all that fucking bullshit. I mean, what in the flying fuck are you kidding me? Well, we had two wonderful guests on tonight. We had Michael Jarrett. We had You Have Rights. Let me let my dog out. Gio, don't fucking swear. It's unbelievable. You can't make this shit up. You can't make up Sam piece of shit Leonard, the cartel cocaine fucking scumbag enforcer from the piece of shit city of East Carmen, Utah. You can't make up planning a television show and then it not working. Well, maybe you can plan that. Maybe this was the skit. Maybe I called Michael and I knew You Have Rights and said, look, we're going to have his face on there 3 times doing this. And then just come on and we'll make fun. I'm glad I'm not a professional on this shit. That's for sure. Being a transitioner is very difficult at times. You better be on your toes. You better be on your toes. And if you don't have any toes, you're out of luck. Fucking luck. All right, hold on, that's funny now. See, you gotta. Look down the line. Hold on. That is funny right now. Okay, look. That's actually very, very funny right now. That's beyond funny, actually. It's fucking beyond funny. And we're all going to have a big laugh down the line when this actually gets aboard, which has taken way too fucking long anyway. The whole swearing thing on Wednesday, hump day, out, gone. See ya. Real Jiggy, you're out of luck. You can't come in here and go, well, you really shouldn't swear. Nobody really needs to swear. Really? Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't believe you. Trust me. That's why there actually is swear words. That's why there's fucking swear words. This is the reason. Fucking what's the matter you? Oh, man. Well, looks like what's the matter you is up because, oh, man. You can't even. I put this on the show was the first to broadcast my video. Good job. No, thank you. I mean, and I didn't realize how it was at the very end of the show, Jared, and you had texted me and said, "Hey, did you see my video?" And I went, "Oh man, that one looks interesting. Let's play it." And then I wish I was, and then you went on Brian's after, so. But that's why this stuff, regardless of what technical difficulties there are in any of the shit that we do, eventually now, what, I'm 4 days into StreamYards, put a finger in my ear right now. But eventually, I'm going to be the biggest fucking thing in the world, too. Just not today. That's the goal, to help change policing with these fucking criminals. So, if you swear, you swear. What's the matter? You's putting a transition? I have no idea. Surgeons did a... Come on! Come on, man! Come on, what's the matter? That's not even very funny. It's not funny. That's not funny. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I just can't have. I can't have rock on because I'm not going to go through that. When I told everybody, the TV, we're going to come. I had notes prepared. I had all of that stuff. I've been dealing with this for over a year now. So, for all these criminals that did not want to see us talk, maybe that could be part of this. Maybe that the message doesn't want to be getting out because they're doing what they're doing. Sure ain't got shit to do with me. I tried to set it all up. I'm the guy that said hang out. Quit writing fucking transition shit. What's the matter you? It's not nice, sir. Gio, I can't put your comments out there if you're saying stuff like that. What? Jeez. This is... Oh, man. No, I mean... There's all these buttons and different whatever. It ain't got shit to do with me. I'm live. So I don't know what's... I'm not in charge of the interwebs communication shit. That's not my job. My job is to put my hat online and my jokes and to talk shit and rant and tell how bad Sam piece of shit Leonard is, the cartel scumbag who had a fucking mayor that was in the witness protection program as a snitch fed. And then you fuckers let him fucking steal 200 grand. Ain't nobody complaining about that. I guarantee Utah officials are going to understand that we're not going away. So the corruption in that garbage ass city will either be cleaned up by other people or the whole world is going to know. They're going to all know anyway. It really doesn't. There's nothing you can fucking do. There ain't shit you can do. I'm going to expose you every day of your life. Just like Michael Jarrett said about his fucking police department. He doesn't want to have to fucking go after these clowns. But if you fucking keep pulling him over and fucking with him, what do you think's going to happen, you dumbasses? You're going to make him an internet sensation. Well, welcome to the fucking party. Randall, that's not even a thing. I don't even know what you're talking about. All right. Somebody come up and talk to me about Sean today or something, man. I didn't even get to see it. Does that, I didn't get to see it. I caught the end of it where he's the fucking Fahey and his wife's gonna. Lutz was right. Obviously, he was right. We talked about it yesterday. So, he's all excited to take him on over a trespassing charge where they first charged him with felonies. Okay, that's fair. I get it all now. I still would have had counsel sitting there, though. I mean, or whatever. A lawyer friend of mine or whatever. Maybe he does have a lawyer friend of mine and he's just saying he's doing it he is doing it pro se. Don't get me wrong. He is at the counsel table. But, just in Congress, they got lawyers whispering in their fucking ear. The masked Avenger people, this fucking guy. This is what's going to be fake. I'm going to love this for forever here, and here's why. These people that do these things, this masked fucking doctor, whatever the fuck his name is, I forgot his name now. He's such a scumbag, lied about everything. Because citizen journalists, and I like that term, I don't like journalists, citizen journalists are taking the cause to expose these criminals at the ends of all of their lives, such as Sam piece of shit Leonard, Philip fucking Holt, Jesse fucking Stewart, Chad fucking Nielsen, Briner's bitch ass, and everyone that's involved in my case. Will forever keep getting exposed. They're just going to keep. We don't stop. There is no stop. Well, unless there's a bad connection. So I asked the lady I went into the ladies section at Walmart, or there was two places. The other ones were talking about the ladies, and I got scared and I ran out of there. But then I went into like a Family Dollar and I said, hey, if somebody wanted to dress up for Halloween coming up here and get like green polish or whatever for like their hair, this lady, the other lady had blue things. This one had green in her hair, and I went, say somebody wanted to do food coloring or dye or whatever it is. How long does that shit stay there? And she goes, well, there's some of them, they last like 4 days, wash out, whatever, if you want to do green or different colors. And then I said, well, do you have that here? Is there colors that, say I wanted to do some sideburns in green, right? And she goes, yeah, there's none of that. There's red, there's blonde, there's dark, there's gray, there's all these. And I said, wait, oh, you don't have green and red? You're green, she's blue. I mean, what? Why don't you have different colors? She goes, you're going to have to go to Sally Beauty Supply for that. I don't, oh, shit. Now I got to walk into Sally Beauty Supply? I'm not walking into Sally Beauty Supply. I can't. Somebody's got to go into Sally Beauty Supply for me. Can I order it online? Maybe I could order it online. I don't know. I already looked up spectacles now today. Green. It's going to be, if anybody calls me a fat green Oompa Loompa, I'm going to be pissed off. I already thought about that. I went, oh, shit. The Oompa Loompas had all the colors and in the hair and the thing. But I'm on a diet, so it really doesn't matter. This is sugar-free tea, and vodka is very, very good for you, especially during a terrible broadcast. There's that. But imagine the future, like the Jetsons. Just imagine how special all of us will be when this all works 4 days in. Just think about that for a second. It's gonna be pretty fucking special. Gio, right? I gotta make sure. Where's not there, but where it was. I'm not sure. I guess I better bring You Have Rights up here, because at least he's comical, I think. At least he's trying to tell a joke. That's all I got right now is a fucking joke. That's all I have. That says confidence is high. I have no choice. You don't want to go burn out in flames. You might as well talk shit, make fun of it, and correct it for the next damn time. But all this nonsense of, oh, I got a pity party, I'm going to go cry in a fucking corner like some piece of shit Leonard. I will say this. This I will say about East Carbon. They have Steady and Carbon County and Christian Brider and these scumbags. I will say this. Their longevity as corrupt officials, they've done it their whole life. So it makes perfect sense that they would think that I would go away. It actually makes perfect fucking sense that they would just do their normal thing. We're in charge. We're the bosses. It really don't matter if we're pieces of shit and we're exposed to the world. Really? Oh, okay. Keep thinking that. You keep thinking that what we do, who we know, isn't going to make a difference in your fucking life. Some of you are young, city council people. Or maybe not so young. My inner focus is you fucking dirtbags in that city for the rest of your lives. It doesn't matter now. You made me go public. Don't you get it? Don't you understand that at this point? I was just a supporter for fucking 10, 15 years. Yeah, donate here, donate there. I have many channels on YouTube. But I would just watch and go, man, these fucking guys are either, here's $50, here's $20, here's this, here's that, watch them. Why do you think I know all this shit? But there comes a time, just like everyone else, who has a story about corrupt, bullshit-ass, scumbag-ass officials, where you just go, you dummy, well, you fucked with the wrong guy here. Over dog shit. Let's remind anyone that wants to watch this and laugh. This was over a dog shit ticket, and then I found out the cartel was in that town and became mayor for 8 fucking years. And the chief of police was his best friend. Or why would he allow that in his town? His town. Because he's just as dirty as the motherfuckers that showed up and let him be there. That's why. That's the reason why. And since Randall hated my fucking sign being stuck over here, complaining about my fucking sign, I had to put it above my head. You're fucking fired, Randall. There ain't no not swearing on fucking Wednesdays ever again. That shit's gone. Maybe Mondays, or maybe Tuesdays. Mondays people swear when they show up to work. Fuck. Tuesdays. No. Not after today. We might have to extend the show today. Here, we're going to bring You Have Rights back on because I'm actually scared to try to bring fucking Brock back on. I'll bring You Have Rights back on, and I'll bring Brock back on, but You Have Rights at least is his internet connection works. We're going to bring Brock back on too. We'll try to do this as a threesome. We don't do threesomes normally on TV, by the way. Okay, so we are now live once again. Let's see. Hold on. I got to get this joke out quick. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Let's Hope TVO says, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. Brock,
Can you hear me?
Yay! And we have
Can
a
you
great.
hear me?
We can.
Loud and clear.
Yay!
Oh.
Look at that.
12 times StreamYard dropped. They said it wasn't your fault or mine, it was their fault, which was great, except it took an hour. So hello.
That's okay. We're in for the long haul now. Trust me. You Have Rights is a very good friend of mine. He's here. Brock Devignon is finally here. Thank you very much, sir. And we
I
are
would always meet another First Amendment auditor.
okay. Please, Brock, tell us who. Okay, once again, Brock is the executive producer of FITNA, Freedom International Interactive Television Network Association. And thank you, Brock, for showing up. Again, I blame all the elites for us having a problem today. That's what I will do.
I'll take some self-responsibility. I tried my phone and that didn't work through several different methods. So I transferred to Melinda's. Melinda's the chair of Fitna Incorporated. And so anyway, I've got her camera and her computer and everything working. So our objective here is Fitness 54 media companies, many of whom you've never heard of, but which handle 800 channels a day each. such as netinsight.net, Network Innovations, networkinov.com if you want to look, netinsight.net, LBI Sat for satellites not only in America, but we have available to us on discount satellites over every continent. So when you talk about not just the First Amendment, you got to talk about principles of freedom in Swaziland, South Korea, whatever the place is. They have the same issues with the same bad policing, where it's a monopoly, and monopolies get lazy and they collect paychecks for doing nothing, or they try to take your rights and, as Chile says, copsplaining your rights away. So we're inviting leaders, and Jason Ramke is a leader. And he's starting a Courage with Cameras First Amendment Auditors TV series. That's satellite, that's cable, that's streaming. Now you saw all these technologies. The idea is that the people with two-way television, they can put lots of smartphones up, not just three, via 120 patents that go through all the black boxes you don't need to know anything about, but they work. And that was created with the you've got an arrow. You want me to move?
No. I'm playing with You Have Rights. Go, keep going.
Oh,
sir.
I see. Okay. So anyway, we also have data centers. The second largest company used to be first until Bezos got in the racket. About 2020, he dumped Parler with 1 week's notice because they were conservatives. And so LBI Sat called me up, our media coordinator, and says, help. And so I contacted some of our board of advisors, and they said, call Co-Location America. And so they have huge numbers of data centers all across America. And they concluded that they could swallow all of Parler's millions of customers in 4 hours and spit it out in 4 hours. So in 8 hours, they would be back up and running. They had two choices: either do stacks and stacks of buying servers themselves, which a lady named Mercer thought was a good idea, or work with Co-Location America. And I told them, if you buy servers, it's going to take 4 months for you to be back online, and everybody will forget about you, or at least 90% of your own customers. So they did the wrong thing and bought the servers. And sure enough, there was this guy named Donald Trump who started Truth Social in the intervening period. And so they lost 90% of their customers. So there's not just censorship, there's also people who wish to blame elites, because elites, frankly, do know what they're doing. They control 80% of the advertising in America out of 3 companies, one in Paris, one in Dublin, and one in London. There were 4, but they just merged 2 of them. The other 20% are independent advertising firms, and nothing in television much happens without them. So we have to have First Amendment auditors contact Jason Ramke's Courage with Cameras production company and say, hi. And we would be willing to let you use non-exclusive use of our video. They can use it whatever else other way they want. But the whole idea is that we asking the First Amendment auditors to categorize the RAPs: religion, assembly, press, petition, I already said assembly, free speech. And so there's like 28 different issues. So if you're got a bunch of videos on how you lose your rights when a cop stops you and how you keep them, well, that's one type of category. Another would be, how do you deal with warrants at the door? How do you deal with corrupt city councils that don't let you in, and so forth? All of these issues where you're dealing with monopolies of force when there ought to be competition. And on the 251st actual anniversary of America, 1775, there were 2 weeks before the Lexington and Concord Bridge, privateers that set sail, one of which was called the Tyrannicide, captained by a Jonathan Harridan, and his 16-gun ship captured over 17 British vessels. In the American Revolution, there were 792 investor-owned, mostly by women, privateers, and they captured over 3,100 British Empire vessels.
We love women.
We're our first network this year that Courage with Cameras and any other shows with the My Individual and Civil Rights channel, which would be a network, where Ramke's would be just one series on that, which would be a daily 90-day first quarter, 3 times a day show. Now we might have different hosts in morning, prime time, and middle of the night. And the ad agencies are going to be asked to support this full press across all media for $15 million. Now, if the second season of the next 90 days has ratings as good or better than the first, the advertising sponsors who want to sell soap or anything else, a third of them don't care as long as there's airtime exposed to all demographics. A third of them have specific demographic people they want to reach. And First Amendment auditors appeal to everybody from teenagers to 100-year-olds. And third, they don't mind controversial television as long as it's not a silo. Fitness number one goal when we recruited these 54 companies was no censorship. Number two, the hellscape of ornery people and bad mouths and et cetera you were just discussing. Well, you're not a hypocrite.
No,
The idea is that the moms in the audience will give you a skull and crossbones in a toilet as a potty mouth if they don't want their kids to watch that First Amendment auditor.
I'm
Now,
doing better now.
other First Amendment auditors. But here's the interesting thing. Jason is a hero because he sat me down and he said, I want to just give you the first 200 of like 400 First Amendment auditors. I want to run the numbers with me on how many subscribers they have, how many views they have, how many years they've got in production already as a sunk cost, so that sitting there on YouTube, let's do something else with it. Make money, if you wish, as a privateer.
This is just YouTube, by the way. It's just YouTube.
So these stats are just YouTube that Jason and I sat there for a couple months earlier this quarter of this year. And here's the numbers. 19 million subscribers. That's just YouTube. That's not X. That's not Facebook.
Facebook.
Now, let's compare that to the number one network. That's NBC. They have 14 million. That's 5 million more people subscribed than NBC Comcast. The second position is Amazon Prime Video. It beats them by 6 million. Netflix, it beats by 7 million. Then everybody else goes second, third. The number 6 network is somewhat well known, called ESPN. Guess what? There's more views per day, which would be roughly 2.4 million people are already watching First Amendment auditors right here a day, than watch sports on ESPN. So that makes what Jason pointed out a My Individual and Civil Rights channel, we call it MICR, would be the number 6 television network. Why is there more people interested in civil rights than is interested in sports?
And hold on. And that's about corruption now. That is the reason why so many people watch police body camera footage, city council footage. They confront these criminals that are the problem, the tax cheats that steal yours and I's money. And I once explaining this to Brock, my good friend, by the way, very good friend, and he's very photogenic. He's actually way better looking than me, by the way. Now that I think about it, he's on our way.
Jody says he looks just like her dad.
Jody did tell you, and Jody's dad just passed away, by the way, last month. So,
I admire Jody Shillo. She doesn't know that,
Brock
but I
knows that. So let me ask, because I have rights on the panel, and he saved the day as well with Michael Jarrett. Let me ask, right? Do you have a question for Brock today, sir? About television, or about television?
I don't know if it was a question. It'd be more of what you know about Terminello versus the city of Chicago.
I'm ignorant on lots of things, and I'm very knowledgeable on others. So you clue me in.
Yeah, well, Terminello versus the city of Chicago is basically just a case citation that I think that everybody should know, because it has to do with in the course of the case, it was said that one man's vulgarity is another man's lyric.
Sure.
So
whatever they want to do, they can do. It's just don't expect moms necessarily who are
Yeah.
self-censoring.
Well, I get that part. I was just trying to say, while we do all that good stuff, let's keep in mind.
For instance, you know who the company VidAngel is? They in 2020 got into a lawsuit with Disney of all people over putting trigger pixels on cuss words, sex, violence, etc. that parents could pick among 23 different ways they could censor a Disney show, much less anybody else's, for those things. And the screen goes blank or the sound goes off, and Disney sued them. So they finally won in 2025 their battle so that a company or a person can censor whatever they got on there. Now, ad agencies, when you want to see a commercial, they have a trigger pixel there that says at 10 minutes and 10 seconds into the show, this soap commercial will come on. Well, the same thing goes for those things that certain people would like to censor out. Now, we've got several organizations in America that we're doing outreach to. One is FIRE, Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression. They have 25 lawyers. They just got $40 million in contributions for doing the same thing you're doing. And that's $15 million more than they had last year. Gee, what's our budget? $15 million. How neat. Institute for Justice. They've got at least a dozen lawyers. A good third of them are women. Our first television network we're ramping up this year is Women Leading Interactive Television Network. You can go to womenleading.info to check out some of the concept shows there. But the neat thing about these First Amendment auditors is they already have the video. We're not concepting anything. All we want to do is edit and categorize it. So in answer to your question, what I don't know would fill law books, but I am a libertarian. Okay, so it's most of our management. We have some conservatives, some liberals. I don't think there's any communists among us, but we have people from overseas, people doing free enterprise zones, you name it, in Africa, Central America, on our board and our board of advisors. If you want to see who our leadership is and why we won't fold, is at rvitv.com. And look for part 1B. It's a PowerPoint presentation. It states our mission goals for FITNA, for our for-profit company is called Deep Green Futures. You can go to deepgreenfutures.com. And it shows who we are, our smiling faces, links to who we are, and a bunch of other companies that are allied with us for stuff in front of the camera as well as behind. You'll see FITNA on one panel. Everybody likes to keep it simple, stupid. It's 54 companies on one PowerPoint page. You look them up. Some of the top executives' names and CEOs are there. They will not fold. When we first started at the National Association of Broadcasters Conventions in 2017, guess what? There was $100,000 worth of carpet space for Facebook and another $100,000 for Google. There's 7 convention halls full of media people and people who want to see them, and nobody was going to those 2 areas. And I asked this guy from IBM, he's a sales engineer, why are people not going over there? And he says, they're for censorship. They're a bunch of petty tyrants. Everybody.
What year was that, Brock? What year was that?
2017 when we first started recruiting. And by the way, that IBM sales engineer said to us, Brock, bigger than smart cities, bigger than cryptocurrency will be your visions of 2-way and 3-way television, because it will create such a demand for this technology that it will create enough money to perfect quantum computing, just to direct people audience to audience, which is the part of the 3-way TV, talking to one another by the millions. Not a few, 274 people on a chat thread. We're talking millions of people hashing out solutions with hosts like Jason, yourself. If you got a half-baked solution, you get rewarded with crypto coupons we're going to arrange with sponsors. How neat. Okay, participation, griping on the internet's, less than a dime a dozen. But if you got a half-baked solution that the next person could say, hey, here's a 3/4 baked solution because I know this law case, and you can cuss to your heart's content, and it's free speech. But guess what? The moms will say, yeah, but I got a subscription to VidAngel.
Brock, but I have to ask you a question, though. Question. Why has none of the giant corporations supported your effort of this no censorship and the future of where this is all going? Because YouTube, hold on, YouTube is big, Instagram, all these different platforms.
It ain't television.
And so why should people listen to you versus just watch NBC or, let's just keep listening to these?
Okay. First, again, there's a 20% of independent advertisers that don't mind controversy as long as everybody is welcome. And all fitness producers are going to have all people welcome. You're not going to be preaching to some choir who already agrees with you. You're going to hone your wits on people who disagree with you. And that sharpens you up, and it sharpens anybody else up on a conflict of rights, okay? The second issue is interactivity itself. Television 15 years ago, combined with social media, was $56 billion worth of revenue. 5 years later, which is 5 years ago, it was at 115 billion. This is a growth industry. Television is not dying. Okay. And now it's almost $200 billion. And you've got some single companies buying each other out for $200 billion. That's like Paramount, Sky, Global trying to buy out Discovery, Warner, which is a $55 billion a year revenue company. It's not.
Can I say something?
Don't care. It's that they deal with people who are into business government partnerships, and they're fascists. The socialists.
Go ahead. You're right. Ask a question. Go ahead.
1 out of 7 media companies is with us.
Let me just say something real quick. This is the pure fact of why there's a separation between church and state, and which is really wordage for the separation between the beliefs and the government. You know what I mean? Because you're talking about corporations here, like corporations, this and that. And this has to do, they have like FCCs and all this other stuff making the rules and all that. But what I'm trying to say is that there's a difference between our nation as we the people and their union as the government and the public servants that are to protect our rights. So the American Union is consisted of the government. They're the ones that have to deal with the corporations and make sure the corporations are all falling in line. And, they're the ones that are supposed to deal with the FCC, and they can be censored because they have obligated duties. But we're supposed to be free to practice our art. And part of our arts is what we're talking about is making television shows. And part of our arts is,
and there's gutsy
making
people
haikus.
who appreciate you. I want you to know that. They're not all bad. There are gutsy people who are against censorship and who appreciate the First Amendment. They put their money where their mouth is, their time, their bodies. Sometimes they get killed. And these are people with cameras. Okay.
I'm not an auditor. I'm a provocative protester. I'm not an auditor. I don't go and I have done 2 audits in my entire life, but at the same time, I'm more of a provocative protester where I stress test the First Amendment. I stress test the loyalty of the police officer.
Just to be clear here, I know everybody from the spectrum of you have rights to lollipop land. So, look, everyone is welcome here. They want to voice their opinion. That's fine with me. If somebody doesn't agree with it,
you have a sign for the federal bar above your head there.
You got bar.
So when I started the show back where we lived, East Carbon, Garbage City, because I was on my phone, that said RAB. It said it was backwards. And so Randall, my producer of my show, kept making fun of me because it doesn't say bar, it says RAB. So now we're the two Rab Live crew. And so
I know not only is Jason not rabid, he is just courageous. Okay. Now,
look,
I
even
admire
TV people
Jason
can be funny.
tremendously. Okay, because I've seen him in action face off with some pretty big thugs with badges, tell them to their face until they actually shut up because they realize they're self-incriminating themselves, or they're escorting somebody like me out of a city council because, you know, I said every other honorable city council in America actually has a comment period where citizens get to speak their minds. You don't have to answer their question according to your city attorney, but guess what? How about 5 minutes and you give us all maybe a minute, you know, each to 5 minutes and let us spout off. And I was escorted out of the room by the sergeant for.
I'll clip that video.
Same thing for the zoning boards. There are corrupt people, but I've seen Jason take them on. The head of the zoning board lost her cool, lost an election because she actually admitted what she was doing. And he's been hit over the head with an umbrella and poked in the rear by various corporate wives of the people he's exposing in the city parking lot that they're trying to keep him out of. And so the chilling effect on the First Amendment in East Carbon, I've seen him take him on, and he's going to keep taking him on in courtrooms and on the sidewalks and in the parking lot. And because he doesn't fold, I have full confidence in this guy to run a network and run his own TV news show on First Amendment auditors. And your input will be very, very valuable.
All I'm saying is sometimes, like, I'm not going to make the good auditors club. You know what I mean?
Fine.
So the moms are gonna put a bunch of asterisks next to mine. You know.
I do know. And I appreciate the fact that there are going to be different sets of standards for different sets. If you want a Playboy set of standards or the Catholic Legion of Decency set of standards, you subscribe to those standards, they'll rate you. Okay?
Okay, Brock, let's go back to viewership, which is very important to me, and here's why. Let me get this out here. So, Sean Reyes, Long Island Audit, is in court up there in Corrupticate, okay, over Trooper Fahey, who quit, and he's got a court case. Many people have donated and helped him, and we all are in this together. My question is, when he has one video, he has over 1 million subscribers.
Just
one video, hold on YouTube. Hold on, just bear with me a second. One video on YouTube in one day gets the same thing as NBC on YouTube, which is, let's say, 100,000 views. Explain to the viewers here what network television distribution, the viewership will actually be hourly versus YouTube, Facebook, all these other platforms. Explain what television viewership is versus a video on YouTube or Facebook or somewhere else. Go ahead, sir.
What you think of as legacy television is still watched by 70% of the people. That's the way they get their news, their comments, their fiction. The other 30% are a mixture of cord cutters where they don't have cable, but they just use Wi-Fi signals and so forth. And what's interesting, back in 2023, computer tablets and computers got outdistanced by smartphones as the dominant way that people got their media. Now, when you think about that, I was trying to get on with a smartphone to you, and I gave up and I said, okay, I'm going to try cable. Okay, so I had an alternative to go to. That's the neat thing about satellite, which reaches about 40% of the people, cable, which reaches an overlap because cable actually uses satellite to distribute their stuff to local networks. Then streaming has come in with the cell towers and other forms of that. Now, things like Starlink go both ways, up and down, and they have managed with their low orbit Earth satellites, LEOs, combined with the high Earth orbit satellites, to create a whole new multi-millions of people that are engaging on specific niche topics like your rights, okay? Their rights, family rights, personal rights, you name it. Common area maintenance, construction, whatever the issue is.
What would the viewership numbers be to a auditor that is now promoted on satellite distribution? How many people would watch a show?
Is that a newsworthy situation topic for that week? Probably up to 29 million. And I say that from all the way from 1992 to Mr. Trump now, who garners about 29 million. When I first started the Phone Voter Television Network in 1992, in January 21, because CBS had paid AT&T for a survey of 200,000 people, 300,000 people, they got 29 million calls. It crashed 13 phone companies in the Midwest of the old Bell system because they were a lazy monopoly, kind of like most cops are. And so they just died. 7 million went busy signal on the East and West Coast, and 1 million got through. And, AT&T's saying to CBS, oh, you owe us a lot of money for all this damage. No, television was invented over 50 years ago, and your lazy monopoly can't keep up with TV. You need to fix your wires and your satellites. So the next day, I started Phone Voter TV, and the first thing I did was invite presidential candidates. There were 128 running that year. I managed to get to 64 of them. All the dark horses that gave us an interesting thing. Some self-defeated themselves, like the Libertarians saying, well, we can't afford that. I said, who's asking you for money? I got $500,000 worth of satellite time. Help yourself, give me a 15-minute presidential speech. And I did that with Jerry Brown, Bill Clinton. I begged George Bush, but his people stopped it. Bushko has its own problems. And then there was Pat Buchanan, a commentator, sort of an America First guy, sort of prototype guy. And these four, including a guy named Ross Perot, who nobody had heard of, maybe 8% of the people had, we drove them all into double digits and then up into 30%, all the way up to 51%. All of the major contenders bowed out. George Bush was 49% popular. And all I did was stick at the bottom of the screen, agree or disagree, 2 phone numbers with the guy talking. At that moment in time, Walter Cronkite said, us major networks, we give 9 seconds a night to a presidential candidate, and these guys are given 15 minutes. Guess who on 4 satellites is getting the ratings? We were. And both Jerry Brown and Clinton and Perot and Buchanan for left and right generally mixed it up. And George Bush lost the election, 89% popular, and then he wipes out. So I learned rule 1, I made the audience smaller on satellite so it wouldn't crash the phone companies. And that was about 10% of America at best at the time.
That's 35 years ago.
Of 1,000 people to tell you what 100 million people think.
35 years ago here now. But
I've been at this a while. Look at phonevoter.us and you get the details.
Okay. Please plug your the websites where people can now go to and understand exactly what you're talking and get this information, Brock, because this is very important here. We need to get this information out and we need to move this thing forward.
I want everybody who's a First Amendment auditor or commenter or wrench to educate themselves on 3-way television at a website called Freedom TV Networks. That's with an S, freedomtvnetworks.com/producers. freedomtvnetworks.com/producers. On that particular website page are 5 manuals on how, with pretty pictures, lots of simple to understand explanations of how 3-way television works. One way is good old distribution, content distribution networks. Second is content aggregation networks, where you have a few smartphones on the screen like you do right here, but you can't do 2 million. And then three-way television is where the audience talks to the audience by the millions, and we sort it all out, maybe with a little help from AI and traffic directors. Threads on comments, different aspects, legal aspects, like you just brought up. Everybody says, well, what about this legal case? What about that one? And then you get a bunch of people following that, and somebody comes up with a solution that sees two things in common with them, and a new legal case or initiative can be brought out. You mentioned Long Island Audit. In his own neighborhood, there's a presidential candidate named Jennifer Alameda. She's had her 3 children taken away from her because she's delusionary that she's a presidential candidate. She is among 1,348 presidential candidates who ran in 2020 and about the same number in 2024. And she's also filed again with the Federal Elections Commission to do so. I assure you, she's a sane person and saner than most people. Our network debate tourney, that's 1-to-1 all federal candidates debate tourney, TOURNY. The website for that is debate, TOURNEY.com, debate tourney. Our coordinator got thrown into a psychiatric hospital by the Attorney General of Connecticut, right next to the number 2 auditor in the same town. And the reason was he was going to go down to Washington and testify against Comey on the Russia probe versus Trump. They had to shut him up somehow. And he's got 840 videos. He's like you as a First Amendment auditor. Guy named John.
We have now put your website from FITNA, Freedom Interactive Television Network Association, and freedomtvnetworks.com/producers, which will host our show and everything that Brock is doing, including his wonderful wife, Melinda, by the way. And so I want to thank her for everything that she's done helping me. I want to help Brock, or I want to thank Brock for, he's a great friend of mine. We have commonality in everything we're doing. Actually, Brock's very funny at times, by the way. He just he's being very informative. Maybe the show started with him doing that on purpose, possibly. I'm not really sure. But I want to thank Brock for coming on today and correcting this message and getting our message out.
One last thing I'd like to say. If you contact Jason with his email,
give your email to sir
at gmail.com, or mine, which is phonevoter, PHONE, VOTER, TV, exec, EXEC at Gmail, phonevoter, TV, exec at Gmail. I will send you a memorandum of understanding that basically is asking First Amendment auditors to say, hey, here's our footage. That's an old term, our recordings. And we are going to let you categorize it, but here's my greatest hits and here's my categories. So we want you to brag. And that MOU, I can turn around to the ad agencies and say, we have this talent ready. And if, by the way, these guys have got 11.3 years worth of video already shot. So if I just ran their stuff, it would last 11 years of video. But what we want to do is edit it by topics on wraps. So that's what we want to do. And check out rvitv.com part 1B, our leadership out. And Jason and I can get you that agreement, and it has our declarations of intent of FITNA on how to help First Amendment auditors and the production company of Jason's.
Everyone in our chat knows who we are. You just don't come to my stream unless you know who we are. Now, I want to thank Brock for being here. It was a weird struggle. They're censoring us.
Perseverance. No, that was incompetence of StreamYard, but we'll talk to them about that.
The censorship part of what we're doing is the biggest problem of what we're going to be dealing with. And we don't want that. That is
true. But number 2 is a lot of people who gave up on honest media, and they shouldn't have, like Medallia, Survey Chimp. They only have servers to handle 10,000 people at a time. We're talking, and Jason's talking millions of people at a time, and we have the data centers to handle that. We're trying to get the money for his show as a news show about First Amendment auditors. So that's for starters. Now, if anybody else has got enough material, they want to do their own show, hey, we'll set up 8 hours of programming a day and run it 3 times a day as my individual and civil rights channel.
Jeff Hates Pigs. He's my favorite channel on YouTube. He has the best name in the world. He wants to thank Brock. Please remember to breathe between sentences, sir. That's his statement to you. And we want to thank you for coming in, Brock.
When we get back and we have more time for question and answer, I'll babble whatever.
No.
Are we done talking or something, or
no. Brock is we're gonna move on. I have been live for 2 hours, but Brock needs to, we're gonna do a question and answer some other time, not today.
Send him to Jason, send him to me. Whatever occurs to you. We've probably heard the question before. It's just that you don't know the answer yet.
I'll close later with you have rights here. Thanks, Brock, for tuning in. We will talk to you soon, sir. Thank you very much.
Rights.
Thank you. You got it, bro. Okay, you have rights. You and I are up, sir.
Yeah, but why did Brock go? Why did he go?
Well, I kicked his ass. What do you mean?
No, you didn't, did you?
Well, yeah. I've been going for 2 hours, sir. Do I look like Chili? No. I can't go forever here, man.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But,
I figured we would talk more. He was very informative and wanting to help.
Trust. Tomorrow's show, we'll make sure he gets back on, and we'll probably do this again. By the way, it started out so haphazardly, not working, that I can't keep doing that for the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
You can see why.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember you're the people. You're not the supposed to be the highest professional.
No, I
You're doing good though.
Professional there is. You have a hat and I have a hat, so we are.
Okay.
But everybody thank Brock for coming in. I thank you, Brock. I will tell him thank you.
Yeah, I like Brock. I think I see Brock in the comment section sometimes. Is he on JC News now all the time?
No. The guy's very, very busy. No, he's not. He's not. Him and his wife do many other things, and he did not even know what a First Amendment auditor was until he met me. And he went,
wow.
What is this world? He's a freedom guy. And I went, well, let me tell you who we are. So
yeah, that's cool.
So they're wonderful friends of mine. They're very good people. I care about them dearly. And we are going to make what we're doing much, much more better for all of us. So that's why I know these wonderful people. So
is that guy also from Utah?
He is from California.
Oh,
and graduated from BYU, and they will be back to Utah. He knows.
I was going to say liking Rush Limbaugh. Liking Rush Limbaugh is a very Utah thing to do of him. You know what I mean?
And who's the other guy that other LDS guy? I'm trying to remember his name now. Damn it. The very famous LDS podcaster. I forgot the guy's name suddenly, but that's okay. But he lived there. I met him. He was actually walking around and promoting voting for certain people before I moved there. And that's how I met Brock. And then he walked into my store, which these criminals turned on me. No one from the city council even walked in my store, yet it was 75 feet from the city hall. Not one of those criminals walked in my store and spent $1. None of them.
Wow. Yeah, they don't mingle with the public. They're in a secret society. They go to the lodge.
Yeah,
they don't mingle in your store. They don't sell stand locally.
And I didn't know they had a cartel cocaine mayor for 8 years. How would I have known that? Nobody.
A Freemason in reality.
They're not going to tell you that they are corrupt. You have to figure it out. You have to find out how they are. And now the whole world knows.
Yeah. What's your local chapter? What's the number of your local Masons Lodge?
I
should look
would
that
have
up.
no idea about that shit, bro. Why would I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but that LaFontaine guy, you know him as the cocaine cowboy, but he's probably a Mason. He's probably their leg of the cocaine runner.
That's a very good point. Look, there was every month or something he would take off to go visit a relative, and most likely bring product back to the city. These fucking criminals. I mean, look, none of these. I'm going to expose these garbage ass fucking coward police department scumbags for working with this guy for many, many years. Now they're exposed. Period. Every one of them are exposed. And that's how it works. Once you expose them, the rats jump off the ship.
The Mason Lodge in your area is known as the Carbon Lodge, and it's number 16.
Oh, the Carbon Lodge.
Yeah, the Carbon Lodge, number 16.
Let me grab this. The Carbon Lodge, number 16. Interesting. Oh,
Yeah, it's located nearby at the Carbon Masonic Temple Association at 39 North, 100 East.
Oh, it's time to go on it. It's time to go on it. See.
Yeah, but no, the cops usually they hold their usually the Masons go on the first Saturday of the month. So you could just stand down the street and watch all the cops go there. All the mayors go there. All the fucking what do you call them, attorneys?
Right.
You know?
No, I'm not sure how all the Masons stuff work, but
well, you got to be careful. Those guys, that's the secret society. They're the rulers of this world. You got to watch out.
Well,
you know?
No. I'm very but see, I have the hat. I'm not really too concerned.
Yeah, you got the hat. You got the hat.
So right. I mean, so none of these people actually scare me in any way.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. They're not really. They're supposed to be. They have to do everything out in the open. They can't do anything in secret. They have to make sure everybody knows what's going on. You know,
I have made such a splash since meeting you. I've 510,000 people have watched me in this fucking hat. There you go, Jeff. There you go, Jeff. Jeff asked, "Are we cussing yet?" All right, there you go.
Are we cussing yet?
Fuck
yeah! Fuck yeah!
And I've been, since we met a year ago, you have, when you're dealing with corrupt officials and garbage human beings, you have to make a splash because these are dangerous fucking people. They're very dangerous. And so, if you or I or one of us important people go missing, they have to be worried. People are going to come looking for us. See, my mother's 81 years old. She's going to start knocking doors down to ask, where's my beautiful son, who's very camera, he's very friendly in camera, photogenic. So
yeah.
I have many important people wanting to know where I am on a daily basis. I'm speaking directly to Sam piece of shit Leonard right now. I'm speaking to the corrupt officials in Carbon fucking County because you people are on notice. You get to be exposed to the world all the time for the rest of your lives. Go ahead, sir. You're next.
Well, you're doing good, but yeah, no, it goes without saying. But the thing about it is when we have a civic duty, those people, the people down at the city hall, they know that we have a civic duty. They know that what you're doing out there is protesting, but they don't like it. You know what I mean? Still,
No,
something's going on with the. Are you hearing are you hearing an echo through your side?
No, everything's very, very good. No.
Oh, okay.
Everything looks good to me. I got, Randall complained about my clock that never worked anyway. And so I moved the bar sign, the RAB sign, somewhere else so he could see it. He was complaining about that. When you hire people to do all these jobs and then they don't show up, they're not on time, they complain to HR. Look, it's not beneficial when we're trying to make this move this forward here. And the complainers of the world and the backstabbers of the world don't help any of us. But here, I will say this to you. I will say this to you. You were working out the other day, and I actually was very sad. And let me explain why. This guy's drinking a ton of water, lifting, doing all these workouts, and here I sit on my fat ass with this fucking hat, okay, with an overweight dog. So now you, sir, have now inspired me to be more athletic.
That's cool. No, it hurts me. It hurts me a lot. I've been in pain for the last 2 days, but at the same time, I need to do something here in a little bit, to keep going.
Good.
Just, 25 push-ups, it's nothing to nothing,
I'm going to start out with 3, though. Can I?
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, start out with what you can start out with, definitely. But if you can only do 3, then you need to do like 3 sets of 3.
All right, now you're making me feel bad. Now you're making me feel bad.
Like do 3 and then rest for like 2 minutes, and then do 3 more, and then rest for 2 minutes.
All right, I'll try with 3 and then 3 and then 3.
Yeah.
There's too many 33s in there, though. I'm thinking there's.
Well, when I'm big and strong, I do 3 sets of 20.
3 sets of 20.
Yeah.
I can do 20 push-ups.
That's not even that much, but I'm just saying.
I can do 20 push-ups. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It'll take me 4 days, but I can do 20.
Hell yeah.
So,
I've always been physically fit, but not fully mentally fit, so it's been hard for me, but it's all right.
You've done. Does anybody else want to come up and chat for a minute? I didn't want.
I wanted to tell you.
Yes, go ahead. Go right ahead.
First Monday of each month. First Monday of each month at 7:30 p.m.
Yes, sir.
At the Carbon Lodge. Right?
The Carbon Lodge. Okay, yes, go ahead. Yeah, I'm listening.
Only men who have achieved the degree of Master Mason can attend the regular tiled business meetings. So if you
did you say that they're masturbating at 7 o'clock? Wait,
no, Master Masons. Master
Masons. Oh, I heard that wrong. I'm sorry. Okay. Master Masons on Mondays.
Yeah, no, the first Monday of the month.
Oh, the very first Monday of the month that they're Master Mason or Master, whatever they're Master.
Only men who have achieved the degree of Master Mason can attend the regular tiled business meetings. So maybe if you went there at like 5 o'clock in the morning and sat there till 7:30, you would probably see who was the Master Masons in your area.
Well, now I do understand. It's the first Monday of the Master or the Master Mason baiting of in every month. And
You're funny.
No,
you're funny.
I've never read that before, and I'm glad you have now corrected that because I didn't even know that. But now I will look for that here in the future. I want to everyone welcome Jeff Hates Pigs to my channel.
No. Jeff Blade, Jeff Hates Pigs.
Oh, it's not.
What happened?
It's pigs. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I clicked on the wrong guy, but I'm very happy that Jeff Blades is here.
Oh, Jeff
Welcome.
Blades.
Jeff
Okay.
Blades is here. That's what I said. Jeff Blades is here. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey.
He's a very good friend of mine. I chatted with him for weeks on end, and I'm very happy. How are you feeling, sir? I know you've had a little stint. How are you feeling?
Not much better.
It's day to day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Day to day. Well, thank you for coming in. You were early on watching the show from the beginning, and there were some hiccups in technology. And I'm not the most technology person, so I'm glad you have now come in. Thank you for coming in. What would you like to talk about, sir?
I don't know. I downloaded my body cam footage that I got from Francie.
I seen that today.
It's on my channel. I didn't know if you saw it.
Please put Jeff's channel and his body camera footage, well, the channel in the chat so people can go watch that. I watched it today. I remembered it very vividly from last year. They arrested this guy for nothing and standing on the sidewalk, and this dirty pig arrested him and jailed him, put him in a cage, and put the torture cuffs on him. And he is now moving through that case, and go ahead and take that from there, sir.
Yeah. Well, I go to court October 7th at 9:30. The first time I went to court, they told me the judge ordered me to go get fingerprinted and pictured. And the second time I went, they decided not to hit me with jail time, so I didn't have to go get fingerprinted and pictured, but I already did. The third time I went, I asked the prosecutor if he looked at the body cam, and he told me no. And I thought, well, why are you prosecuting me if you ain't even looked at any of the evidence? You know? Yeah. So they set me a court date that time. And that's where I'm at now.
So you are in much of this same situation as now Long Island Audit, who the judge denied the body camera footage in his trial, which is unheard of. And so I'm actually quite shocked by that. But here's a prosecutor that doesn't even look at the evidence of Jeff Blades getting arrested on a sidewalk, standing there, and an officer was in fact butthurt and arrested him.
Yeah.
And what are your charges, sir?
Well, they're not charging me for what they arrested me for, but they want to charge me with resisting arrest, providing false information, and they put on there obstructing. But when I got to court, they told me it was resisting arrest times 2. So, but yet they don't want to charge me for why they arrested me.
Well, why'd they arrest you, in your opinion?
The cop lied and said I was crossing his crime scene tape when I was filming with my camera with 2 other people live
on the outside
on YouTube. Yeah. And when I waved my hand in front of my body, the cop thought that my hand went past the crime scene tape, but you can see on my camera that my hand is behind the crime scene tape.
Yeah, but at the same time, man, that's arbitrary as fuck. It's not like you touched anything that had to do with the crime scene. You just maybe broke the plane of the tape. That's not even fucking
No,
That's not even.
I never broke the plane of the tape.
Oh, I know, but even if you did, is what I'm trying to say. You know?
Yeah, yeah. That's
Right.
what he was saying.
So
That my hand went over the crime scene.
in my opinion, what is because I've watched it
That's
many
petty.
times this last year, the officer, they put up this tape even though they were already recording in public property on the sidewalk. Started putting up this tape, this no caution tape from police, and then says, you're obstructing because you said something to me.
Pretty much.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
So and tell the whole audience who was with you that day in their channels, because there were several auditors with you that day, sir.
I had Josh Fox News Now and Lucky Laptop.
Yeah. Lucky Laptop's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a little loud, but he
I
lets
like
them know.
Lucky Laptop. He's one of my favorites. He's like a brother channel. You know?
Yeah, I was talking to them just a few minutes ago, and they're supposed to be coming to my court date if Josh can get off work. He don't know yet, but Lucky said that he's going to take that day off so he can be there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, why in God's name are they not in my chat if you were just talking to them? Why in God's name?
Lucky's getting ready to go to work, and Josh's phone was dying, so he was live when I was talking to him. So he's probably getting his phone charged back up. I don't know why.
In my experience, when I brought people with me to court, they would try to make up some reason to keep the public out of the courtroom. But that's not in every case I had. I have a video on my channel of a biased justice of the peace, and I have a friend in the back in the gallery of the courtroom, and it's pretty awesome because that friend of mine is like in the hospice, and he might not ever get out of the home. You know, I'll never see him again probably. If he's not already passed away. He was, got old, and but anyways, yeah, that guy went with me to almost every court I ever had, and he wasn't even a activist, he was just an awesome old guy. So I know how cool it is to have friends show up with you at court,
Yeah, it would be nice if they could show up. That way I got them as a witness also to prove that the cops are the ones that committed the crime against me.
Yeah.
And you, of course, will be filing a lawsuit once this is all squashed.
Of course.
Okay.
When your friends show up for you, they should stay in the gallery and be kind of quiet and act like they're there to be a witness of the court, as not so much of any type of a witness to prove your innocence, because the courts, they don't give a shit about our innocence. They don't even want to hear it unless it's like a time when a witness has to give a testimony. So I don't know. You have been to arraignment?
It's in municipal court. I don't know.
So you haven't been to arraignment yet?
No, this was a year ago. All of this has been ongoing.
Wow. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. No, this is way back. Or not way back.
So why? How have they got you? Still in court for over a year later?
Well, it was January 4th of this year.
Did your public defender ask for a continuance because she had to go to some kind of a Jewish holiday?
The judge denied me a public defender, and the judge denied my motions. So
wow.
Well,
it's a kangaroo court.
I mean that.
Yeah, it's all happening to me right now at the same time, but I'm just wondering how they got you stretched out over a year on a prosecution.
It'll be 9 months, 8 or 9 months.
The guy standing on the sidewalk filming the cops in the course of their duty, and they use Luckily, East Carbon didn't do that, but they sort of realized that maybe this guy is a sort of a bull. He talks a lot of shit. Maybe we shouldn't fuck with him so much. That doesn't matter to people like me and you. We still stand up no matter what it is. We'll see it all the way through. And so I want to congratulate Jeff Blades for seeing it through. Do not be pushed around by these criminals, even if it's a fucking ticket or infraction. I, myself, was over dog shit. It's ridiculous.
That's bull.
It's fucking ridiculous. And now I get to make these fucking idiots the most famous people in the world. That's my job now.
He needs some people calling in. He needs some people that are willing to record their conversation and call in and tell them about how they've seen it on YouTube that there was a petty ass little thing where he crossed his hand, the cop tried to accuse him of crossing his hand over the caution tape and then started arresting him for all sorts of stuff. They wanted dismissed. They want that dismissed. You know, if there was like 20 people, or anywhere from 20 to 100 people that would call in and fucking be like, wait a second, you mean to tell me you're prosecuting this guy over this shit? No, we want that prosecution dismissed.
You have right. You have rights. That's why I'm here discussing national television, talking about millions and millions and millions and millions of people watching our videos, watching Jeff Blades' Jeff Blades' videos every day and going, why would they arrest the guy standing there? And this dirty pig walks up and arrests this guy, and he's been in court for this whole year over nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
That's not a quick and speedy trial. That's not a quick and speedy trial at all. That's why I was asking. I know how they deprived me of my quick and speedy trial, but I wanted to know how they conjured up a way to deprive him of his quick and speedy trial.
Because the judge is corrupt too.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me they didn't ask for a continuance that you had to agree to or anything?
Well, the first time I went to court was in I think it was in June or May, and it was April, I think. And then I went back and they gave me another pretrial conference. I went to that in May, and then they gave me another pretrial conference. I went to that.
Wow.
And then they gave me the trial, which is coming up October.
October 7th or 11th? What's the date on that one?
October 7th at 9:30 a.m.
That's so weird that they gave you two pretrial conferences.
3.
Yeah, 3 pretrial conferences? Or arraignment and 2 pretrial? 3 pretrial conferences?
Yeah, 3.
So basically, the first pretrial conference, they called you in there and then they kind of asked you questions about what was going on that day?
Pretty much just walked all over me, wouldn't let me talk. The judge ordered me to go get fingerprinted and pictured, and denied me.
Why would the judge order you to go? That sounds like something. You weren't into detention. You weren't in detention or nothing.
No.
Man. I'd have had to ask, but yeah, we're not all perfect. I can tell you that right now because I'm not perfect. I'm just saying, yeah, that's fucked up. I don't understand why you're in a pretrial conference. You haven't been convicted of a crime yet, but they're asking you to go and get fingerprinted and all this other shit. That's not a that's there should be an arraignment, and then there should be first thing there should be a probable cause hearing, then an arraignment, then an evidentiary hearing, which is known as a pretrial hearing. But then you should be going to trial, because the hearing before the trial is the pretrial, not the pretrial and the pretrial and the pretrial and then the fucking hearing. You see what I'm saying?
And I will say this: the reason why they did that is because They want him to fold in between.
Yeah, they're giving him all sorts of chances to take the fucking deal, but he's not taking the deal. So they're like, shit, man. Let's make another pre-trial hearing so that we don't have to take him to trial.
And guys like Jeff Blades, I congratulate. I've been going to court for over 2 years over dog shit.
I know.
So
yeah.
Somebody has to.
But you're not.
Say,
you haven't been to a hearing or anything.
Fucking bullshit. So
but you haven't been to the trial yet, either.
No. Oh, me? No.
No, ECE. You haven't been to trial over your dog shit.
I've had 2 trials already. 2 trials, bro. I've been doing this 2 fucking years. I mean, and now I'm going to appellate court.
Appellate court.
Yeah, I told these criminals over an infraction now. It's an infraction.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to appellate court over an infraction. Now, over
an infraction. But you're appealing the decision on the infraction.
Yeah,
right?
The 2 trials. You're correct.
Where'd Jeff Blades go? Is he still up with us?
I don't know. He must have zipped out. Everyone, welcome Jeff Hates Pigs to the channel today.
Jeff Hates Pigs is here.
Jeff
How you doing? You have rights?
I'm doing okay. I'm losing it, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
No, he's not losing it. You're here. You're not losing it. You're here, sir. So
yeah, but I woke up today and I just thought I don't have a life. I really don't anymore. It's been 3 years since I had to go where I'm at, and every day I have to talk with my wife, and the conversation gets repetitive. Constantly talking with your family about why you can't come home.
We have to bring this up here. We got to bring this up here and not down. So I understand what you're saying, and that's for a therapist. I'm not your therapy session.
For a therapist? Oh, okay.
I'm not your therapy. We only go up. We don't go down. Jeff Hates Pigs. Welcome, Jeff Hates Pigs. My favorite channel.
What's up, Jeff Hates Pigs?
Period. My favorite fucking channel. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, YouTube hates me. YouTube hates me, so you can have the channel if you want it.
What would you like to say about our discussion today? You were not here earlier when the fight.
But I caught some of it, and it sounds very interesting. I hope it helps. I hope it helps.
No.
Spread the word. The corruption.
Right, and that's why what we do is the most important thing in the world. I mean, we expose these criminals, and sometimes it takes more effort than we ever wanted to, but I go to bed very happy every night knowing I do the right thing. And that's how I sleep tonight very well. These other pigs and these municipal judges and all these criminals that are involved in this corrupt system do not sleep well. That's for sure. They're messing with his now channel. That's for sure. I'm not really sure how that works, but we'll bring. If people keep bouncing out, I'm not really sure why that keeps happening.
I hit a button next to that.
It's easy to bounce out of StreamYard. They push the back button instead of the X button. EC, you gotta learn that.
Oh, they're pushing the wrong button.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Instead of pushing the X button, I accidentally push the back button and it kicks me off the stream. StreamYard. It happens on StreamYard. But I understand why it happens. So if somebody falls off your StreamYard, don't just think they took off. They might have accidentally fall off.
No, I get it. I understand. I'm new to this shit too. I mean,
yeah.
Here, look. I had to make.
No, I'm proud of you because you asked me about StreamYard one time, and then now you got one. Look at you.
I had to make fun. Well, here's why. Because that stream that I did with Michael Jarrett, and I showed his video on my stream, and then he goes on Brian's channel from Here's the Deal and does an interview that night. And I went, what am I doing? Okay, look, I got to get people on the stream and make a big deal out of this shit because we need to promote ourselves and exactly Jeff Blade's story or your story, everyone's story. We need to promote all the time. And why do you think I had a TV guy on to explain what we're doing? So I'm very happy for that, actually. I finally was able to get him on. So that's regardless of how that turned out earlier. I don't know how long we've been going here. 2.5 hours once again. Jeff H. says he's surprised he got through it all. And that shows why censorship and what we're doing is the problem with corporate America. And that's why I've, from 2017, after Trump and the YouTube ban from 2017, all you guys remember that from 2017, where it was nonstop. They were banning channels left and right because they didn't want everyone, supporting Donald Trump and saying all these worse things about Hillary Clinton. Well, now everyone is going to say worse things about every one of these people now. This guy's throwing bombs across the world that's going to bring and has brought us into it. So, which I am fully against, by the way. You're bombing a country that has never done shit to the United States. Yet they have claimed they would, but they haven't. So to go on the offense and start bombing this country with 90 million people, by the way, now what are we going to do? You're going to keep going over there and bombing and then send troops? And Donald Trump, his base is gone. It's over.
Yeah, well, it's totally terrible. On top of everything that we can actually see that they might be doing, we don't know exactly what they're doing. They could be telling us that they're doing all that shit. It's scary.
That's not true. Technology is what it is. We know what they're doing, and they're bombing fucking Iran, and that has done nothing to the United States of America. Period.
It's ugly. I can't believe we're living in this timeline.
And anybody that supports it is a scumbag to me. It's ridiculous.
Big time.
Exactly. And even though we have an issue with lines and property rights.
Welcome to North Korea.
Welcome to North Korea. He's right. So
America.
We are.
Yeah.
We are definitely in the last days of what we talk about, what we do, and if they screw us over, the one thing that they never understood was with technology that all the elites run now with us, they never thought us serfs would get to talk to each other. They never believed that issue would be a problem for them. Well, now it has. Now it has. Because we are informing us serfs of what's really going on every day. And here I have a television producer on the show to explain to the world why we're doing it. And that, to me, is the most important thing that's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't want us to have social media and a camera.
Of course, besides my cold drink tonight.
They don't want us to have a camera and a social media.
No, they never anticipated that we would be able to talk to each other through a camera. Through a camera.
He's carbon exposed. One of the things I think about the most out of what the government in my county was doing to me is that the county public works dude's coming around my house telling me when am I going to clean my yard. Well, come to find out, he's been harassing me about my yard since 2015 to the point where my yard is now just an art piece where I don't even want to clean it no more because he kept on telling me to clean it. Well, the thing about that is that we're going into a future with robots and all sorts of shit. And it turns out that having a messy ass yard is the way you trap robots trying to walk up to your house. You know?
I seen a video today of, the robot dog. That there was
the robot dog. You got to get it tangled in cables and shit.
Yeah. In a Denver parade, they had this robot dog, and everybody's going, "Oh my God, look how cute! Look how cute!" And I went, "Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your damn mind?"
You know they are.
Is going to be the end of you if you're supporting that. I mean, I couldn't even believe it. I mean, there was videos of, oh my God, and he's walking down the parade, by some, overlord, and it just, and people are oohing and awing on the robot dog.
Imagine when the robot dogs are shooting our dogs. You know what I mean? Like,
they better never do that. They better never do that.
Yeah, but that's what are we looking? What are we striving for in this world? You know what I mean?
And you hear the kids going, "Oh," and I'm going, "Are you out of your mind? What?" So it was everybody that says we are definitely in the last days of before any kind of revolution or exposure of corruption or whatever. You can say it however you want, but yeah, people are fed up with all governments taking their advantage of every citizen in every way, down to every penny, to screw us all over. And at some point, whether it be our country or any other country, 250 years in this country is on its way gone. Just like Rome, everything falls. And we are now seeing the end.
At the same time, it don't have to fall. What has to fall is the goddamn government actors needs to get abolished, redressed. You know, each one of them, they're running the government. They're running the government wrong. So none of us has actually seen an actual republic. So everybody thinks that this shit needs to be, needs to go down. But at the same time, you don't see them holding like you don't see them you see them holding Super Bowls and shit. They hold entertainment. They don't even hold teaching people about our constitutional papers. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, if you were to say to somebody, what is the Federalist Papers? The average citizen has no idea what you're even talking about. They have no idea what you're talking about. If you were to ask any...
Most of them probably be like, did you say something about the Confederacy?
All right, right.
No, I said Federalist Papers.
The Federalist, but there's videos of people just asking regular questions that every American should know, and it mind boggles me that I guess it shouldn't mind boggle me, but if they don't know what the Fourth Amendment is, the Fifth Amendment is, the Constitution is, the First Amendment is, they don't know their simple rights of this supposed free country that we're not in anymore, then
welcome to North Korea.
Then welcome to North Korea. Then he's absolutely correct in making that channel now name. He's going to be the most famous person on YouTube next to me.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to North Korea. So I'm very happy to do this. I'm the best YouTuber in the world.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I'm very good at what I do. And so I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We have gone over an hour longer because we couldn't figure any of it out. The TV people. I know exactly what I'm doing, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you. Welcome to North Korea for joining the stream today. Thank you, Jeff Blades, for coming in, telling your story. I reach out to me. I already have your email, sir, and your telephone number. Right? Give me your, if you have a way to get a hold of me so we can talk and go over this more, that would be great. But this is going to be standard coming up, moving forward.
Works both ways.
And so we are. Jeff H. Pigs just said, "I'm just a mod." That's very funny at this fucking point. I'll tell you that. That's very fucking
Thanks,
funny.
Jeff H. Pigs.
Jeff H. Pigs is my favorite.
I'm a mod too.
You got me. No. And we're all friends
Just
here.
a mod.
We're all friends here. I got my buddy coming up Saturday. I'm going to do a show every day. It's going to get much better and deeper and digger. Every time these criminals think we are not doing the right thing, they're going to have to now think, who's filming us and showing us to the world? And now that's all of us. That's all of us. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you. You have rights. Welcome to North Korea. Thank you, Jeff Blades, for showing up tonight. You guys saved my stream. You guys saved my whole stream tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Have a good night.
Have a great night, everyone.
I'm going to look more into your story, Jeff Blades. Have a good night.
Okay. It's on
See
my
you
channel.
guys. Thanks.
Okay, cool.